I'm going to go over the watch exercise, and if you're looking for more information on this, my mentor Karen London co-authored a book called Feisty Fido. Thanks, Jack. And it's a great book that details how to do this. I would highly recommend reading it because it's very easy to read, and there's a lot more detail than what I'm going to cover in this video. But to start out, what we're going to do is I'm going to have a handful of treats in this hand, and my non-dominant hand. My dominant hand, I'm going to have one treat, and I'm going to keep it here. Come up. Up. Come on. All right, I'll go ahead and get down to your level. All right, so the object is we want the dog to look at us in the face. So I'm not saying anything to get her to look at me, and she's obviously very interested in what I have in my hand. I'm waiting for her to give me voluntary eye contact. Actually, face contact is a better way to put it. Watch. Watch. So I'm waiting for her to voluntarily look at me. I don't want to make any sounds, but as soon as her eyes come up, I'm putting the treat up here, and then I'm going like this. So it's a two movement motion. So first I put it between my eyes and hers, and then I go towards her mouth. And I say watch the second it touches her lips. Watch. Now, obviously, if you have a lot of stuff going on in the room, it's going to be distracting. The first couple times you want to try to do it late at night, maybe when the kids are asleep, and there's no distractions outside. That was a good example. She just gave me a darting look with her eyes. So you have to be laser focused. The second she looks at you, boom, and we're giving her the treat. So the way we do this is we start out by just doing it, like I said, in your living room when there's nothing going on, no distractions. Then you want to start doing it with maybe one of the kids playing in the background. So they hear some clanking, she hears something, once she's established the base routine of the behavior. Then we're going to do it where maybe we start turning the TV up loud, maybe with barking dogs. So we want to gradually increase the intensity of the distractions inside the house to help prepare her to continue to focus. Now, after she starts looking up at you consistently right away, then I start extending it. So I'll do it again when she does it. Watch. So I held it here for about 1.5 seconds, and then I took about 1.5 seconds to deliver. And I'm going to gradually increase both of those steps. So it's a little bit longer so I can maintain her look at me, my face for longer and longer periods of times. Dogs can only focus on one thing at a time. So if you're doing this on a walk and she gets conditioned so often to do it, or you do it so much in the house, she sits down and there's another dog walking by. She wants to look at the other dog, but she's more focused on you. She can't look at two things at once. And if she's not reacting to the other dog, it's easy for you to control her. And if she's not reacting, I'm sure that some of the dogs you encounter, she reacts and they react back, and then it's a cascading effect. So this way she sits down and she turns sideways to the other dog, like we talked about earlier with body mechanics. Sideways is more approachable. Front is more confrontational. So if the other dog sees that she sits down, looks away from her, and puts her on a side, well, she's not confronting me at all. So then I don't have to worry about that. All right, so this is the watch exercise. So you want to practice it first in the house, like I said, an easy situation, easy setting until you're ready to go outside. Now, when I do it outside, the first couple times that I do it typically is I look for a place where there's maybe a path at a park where people are walking their dogs. Not a dog park, but where people are going to consistently be walking their dogs. An ideal situation is to find a triangle of visual acuity, like right here. And everything here and everything here are shrubs. So I can kind of see through the shrubs that somebody's coming with the dog. I put my dog here into a sit, and I wait until they're about to pop out into eyesight. And as soon as they're there, then I look at the dog. And I'm watching the dog until the dog recognizes it. Now, when your dog sees it, your dog's probably going to, you're going to see a sudden, shift, or a holding their breath, or, whatever the reaction is. As soon as the dog notices the other dog, then you say, watch. And the dog looks up, you give the treat. And you do the same thing you're doing inside. Now, here's the tricky part that screws a lot of people up. They do it too close to the other dog. And the intensity of that dog, because of close proximity, it can't sit. Your two litmus tests. Can I get my dog to sit, and will it take a treat while there's another dog? So keep on increasing the distance between you and the other dog until your dog can sit and take the treat when it sees another dog. All we want your dog to do is start recognizing when I see another dog, and I sit and look up at my human, I get a treat. So at first you're gonna have to cue the dog by saying watch as soon as you see it and the dog sits down. After a while, what's gonna happen is the dog's gonna look and see a dog, and it's gonna sit and look up at you automatically without you saying anything. So the first couple times you do it, as soon as you see the dog, you wait for the dog to react or stiffen or hold their breath or whatever, and then you wait a half a second, and then you say watch. But after a while, you want to give the dog an opportunity to sit and do it on its own. And once it does, that's called an auto watch. So the first time she sits down and looks at you when she sees another dog, that should be the highlight of your day. We want to really let her know that we appreciate that. So what we want to do is deliver a jackpot. A jackpot is delivering like 10 treats in a row. Watch, watch, watch. Let her chew a little bit. I'm accelerating. But we want her to be going, hold on, what did I just do? Because I just got the mother load of treats. I want to recreate that. So you keep on practicing that until at this distance, she's giving you the auto watch every time she sees another dog. Now you're ready for the next step, which is to gradually collapse the distance between you and the other dog. Do it only 1 or 2 steps at a time. So this might take you a couple weeks to do, but this is a permanent solution. Using a shock collar or prong collar are horrible ways to go about it, and it's punishing the dog as opposed to helping the dog adopt a new behavior that's based on positive reinforcement. So gradually increase. Now, if you get to the point where the dog starts reacting, then you move too close, too fast. Let me see, the last little part of, that's the watch. There is a U-turn that we want to incorporate. If we see another dog that comes out of nowhere, we're going to turn around and walk away. I'm going to talk to you about that off camera because this video is getting a little bit long. But again, if you have a leash reactive dog, your dog is aggressive or excited when it sees other dogs, this is a great technique for it. I would highly recommend picking up Feisty Fido by Karen London. It is on Amazon. I think it's like $12 or something like that. It's a very easy read, but it's extraordinarily effective.